Hey everyone, Cynikill here. This week we are taking the disaster Pokemon Absol through the test of can it defeat the Pokemon champion solo with no items in battle. I have a feeling this is going to be super easy to get through, just knowing what Absol's base stats are. I mean, look at that attack stat. It's basically double most of its other stats. Depending upon what moves we select for our run, this could actually be pretty fun. It all depends on the ability as well. Looking at the level up moves, it learns Night Slash at 30, Swords Dance at 45, and Slash at 25 could also be pretty useful for a little while. By the time we get to 45, we should have the TM for Swords Dance, however, from Veilstone. Speaking of TMs, there are so many damn good TMs that Absol can learn. I like Aerial Ace since it's easily obtainable, and also Iron Tail. To get the tail, we will have to go through Iron Island, but that's not a big deal. All in all, this could be an extremely fast run. In fact, faster than most of my other ones. Let's talk about the rules of the run. I'm only allowed to use and attack with Absol. No items in battle, though held items are fine. Otherwise, hit that subscribe and like button. Let's get that Absol looked at and see what we're going to be up against. Hasty Nature increases speed while reducing special defense. Could be rough, but let's see as we go through here. Its ability is the best one we could have actually gotten. Super Luck increases critical hit chances by 1 stage. Pairing that with Night Slash is going to be absolutely amazing. As always, the first major fight out of the gate is the rival to the right of Jubilife City. Our moveset just so happens to have knockoff now since we leveled up to 10. Let's just say this is going to be a fairly quick fight. Starly is no match against Absol since a knockoff takes it down in one hit. One thing you're also going to be seeing a lot of in this run is critical hit. Absol will crit often and crit hard as well. With Starly out of the way, it's Chimchar's turn. Absol is a speedy boy and gets the one shot on Chimchar with knockoff as well. Our rival, named Marcus this time, goes down with little resistance, and from here we move on to Orberg City and our first gym badge. To be honest, I was not sure we were ready for this since rock types typically have high defenses. Against the rock type Pokemon, dark type attacks are the way to go since they are neutral damage. The Geodude went down without a fight. The only turn it got was used to bolster defense. Onix managed to get a hit in on Absol, but 7 in damage is nothing to worry about, and with Absol being faster, 2 attacks is all it needs to fall. Cranidos should have pretty good defenses, right? Well, it doesn't. One knockoff will take that rock dino right back to the prehistoric era. Not bad at all for the first badge. Mars was not much of a threat either, sadly. Zubat actually fell in one knockoff. Good deal. Did not want to mess around with those status effects that it loves to throw around. Purugly is really the biggest threat here, and even then, it's nothing too major to worry about. Fake Out stops us for a turn, big deal. Of course, it does get a critical scratch to bring Absol to 22 HP, but a knockoff almost takes down the big cat. Follow up with a quick attack next turn to finish it off. The Grass Gym just so happens to be next, and I'm starting to really like what I see. Absol's attack stat is so high right now, and it just keeps growing higher and higher with each level. It grows from 3 to 6 points a level. That's insane for this level of the game. With Gardenia, her only Pokemon that actually puts up any sort of a fight is Roserade, and that's just due to being faster. Stun Spore pops out, and wouldn't you know, we get fully paralyzed. Next turn, Grass Knot from Roserade hits for over 40 damage, but we break through the paralysis and smack it with a critical knockoff to defeat her. Usually I'm having to grind to level 30 or more to take down that Roserade, but instead, Absol was one level higher. Crazy just what stats can do for you. Now it's Jupiter's turn to feel the wrath of Absol. Once again, Zubat is a one-shot to knock off. Also, before coming into the fight, I've replaced Taunt with Cut, since that's going to help us with Skuntank. Of course, I will start off with Knockoff to get the berry off of it. Flamethrower does 17 damage, so nothing major to worry about again. Cut did just slightly more damage than Knockoff did. Not sure how that works, but sure, I guess. Another Flamethrower at us, and on the final turn, critical Knockoff on the Skuntank to take it down. Aftermath does hurt once it's knocked out, but we will stay alive to win the fight. Hope that doesn't happen during the champion fight again. Oh yeah, we gained Slash at the end of this fight as well. An early version of Night Slash with the addition of our ability makes criticals happen a lot. Let's take that and put it to some good use against Marcus for the second rival fight. This will not take long to finish up to be on our merry little way. Starly gets one-shotted from a knockoff. His second Pokemon, Monferno, does get some damage in due to Mach Punch. A critical slash will put the monkey in its place though. Roselia is a one-shot to knock off, as well as Buizel, who didn't even get a chance to act. Yes, our speed is that good right now as well. Let it be known that this rival is not putting up much of a fight right now. Speaking of fight, let's try out the fighting gym. Before heading in here, I picked up the TM for Swords Dance from the department store. That's the only TM we're going to buy and put on Absol. I went into this gym thinking about having to grind since it's our weakness. Well, I was pleasantly mistaken. Metatite did the dumb and put up a Light Scream since we did a Swords Dance. A non-critical slash actually takes it down. Machoke is up next, and it's a one-shot to slash as well. Lucario is her third and final Pokemon, and I thought it would be a major issue to deal with. Once again, I was wrong. Absol is faster, and a Rock Smash super effective hit is a one-shot to it. I was extremely ecstatic just how well this went. Everything is going swimmingly, with no additional attempts being needed just yet. How about Crasher Wake and his Water-type Pokemon? Are they going to give us any issues at all? Gary has the Intimidate to drop our attack a stage, but we're not going to let that affect us as we pop our Swords Dance straight away. Now that we have Night Slash, let's put it to some good use. With our attack at a +1, a critical Night Slash is going to take Gary right on down in one hit. Quagsire is next up, and we got a critical Night Slash to its derpy little face. One attack, and down it goes. Finally, it's Floatzel. Once again, I was surprised to find out that Absol was faster than Floatzel, and a non-critical Night Slash will take it down in one hit. No more crashing for Wake. But one more thing, while on the way to Wake, the TM for Aerial Ace was picked up off the ground to give to Absol in place of Rock Smash. It's going to be extremely useful later on. You know who isn't useful? Marcus. Why? The third rival fight actually blocks you from taking on a Galactic Grunt and stopping something bad happening in the future. Let's make him feel bad about his decision by beating up his team. Starly again goes down in one hit, this time from a non-critical slash. Monferno actually did some damage with a critical Mach Punch. 60 damage is nothing to scoff about, but it's down from a critical slash of our own. Buizel decided to Aqua Jet for a tiny bit of damage, but then gets one shot from a critical slash. Finally is Roselia once again. Night Slash knocks it out in one attack before it could even do a single point of damage. And once again, Marcus is down. Still gotta love how his team does not change between the second and third fights. Enough about the rival though, let's get on with Fantina. This is going to be another one of those cases where Absol will just take down each member of their team in one attack before they actually get a chance to attack. Once Drift Bloom goes down, Aftermath happens to deal some damage. Then I started questioning if Absol was actually faster than the other Pokemon. Question 1 was answered with Gengar being slower and getting knocked out by a critical hit Night Slash. Even the berry it's holding to reduce dark damage did not help it. Thank goodness Cursed Body did not activate. Finally is Mismagius, and question 2 was answered with Absol is faster than Mismagius. Extremely surprised, a Night Slash takes it down, and once again, non-threatening gym fight was finished up. This is going much better than first planned, and there's still quite a lot left to go. Well, let's see what the fourth rival fight has to say about it. Well, at least the Starly finally evolved. I feel like a Swords Dance might be needed this time. Of course, it's going to start off with Double Team. Well, we have Aerial Ace, which never misses, so how about that? One shot to the Staravia, and next up is the Heracross already. I have a feeling it probably had a bug or fighting type move to use against us, but an Aerial Ace is 4 times effective against it, and it's down in 1 attack. Monferno is third up, and I guess Marcus got rid of the Mach Punch attack? Pretty sure that would have done some damage against us, but Absol is faster, and an Aerial Ace will take it down in a single hit. Roselia is a one-shot to Aerial Ace as well, and finally we have Weasel. It still doesn't use the Aqua Jet move, and a Night Slash will take it down in 1 attack. It just feels like this entire challenge has been easy mode so far. After the rival fight, we gain access to Iron Island and the TM for Iron Tail. If it hits, it will hurt with our attack being so high. While I was in Veilstone earlier, I picked up the Wide Lens item, which will increase our accuracy of all of our moves by 20%. It's going to be on for the entire game, just in case we need to use Iron Tail for any reason. There will be some times we have to, but let's save that for when we need it. The Steel Gym is up next, and I was a little nervous since just like Rock types, Steel types typically have high defense stats. Bronzor is a one-shot with Night Slash since it's part Psychic. Gotta love having that weakness. Now it's the big Steel Snake, Steelix. Night Slash doesn't do that much damage to it, and Sandstorm pops off from Steelix. Great, just what we needed. We are going to take a turn to Swords Dance, but a Gyro Ball comes out from Steelix for 66 damage. Can you say ow on that one? Next turn is Night Slash Critical Style to finish off the Steel Snake. Imagine seeing a Steel Snake in real life. Bastiodon doesn't have as much defense as Steelix since first Night Slash did much more damage to it. Since I did a physical attack to it, Bastiodon uses Iron Defense. Now the fun part of will Night Slash finish it off? The answer? With a critical hit, it will finish off Bastiodon. With Byron out of the way, Saturn and Mars are next, but it's also time for a word from our sponsor. Officially licensed by Nintendo, this Power A enhanced wireless controller for Nintendo Switch combines beauty and performance. Each rechargeable controller features world-class art, along with awesome gaming features. They all come with 10 feet, 3 meter USB-C charge cables. Plus, Power A backs all products for 2 years to reinforce quality commitment. Some of the features you get are rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, up to 30 hours per charge, 2 mappable advanced gaming buttons, embedded anti-friction rings for smooth thumbstick control, and that can be used when the Nintendo Switch is docked or undocked. I have been using Power A controllers for at least a year now, and I love them. Use code Syndikill to get 5% off your order today. Play your way. Warning! It's about to get a little chilly in here. As always, Snow Warning starts off the Candace fight from Snover. I want to be as prepared as possible here and start off with the sword stance. Snover does miss to make it to where no status afflictions can be done on our team. Doesn't really affect us at all, and Aerial Ace will do the job against it. Medicham is next up, and crazy enough, once again, Absol is faster. A Night Slash will give that Medicham a good night. Sneasel is third, and also slower than Absol. Isn't that crazy? And Aerial Ace again one-shots another Pokemon down. Finally, we have Abomasnow. Sadly, while it may be big and bulky, its defense is just not enough for a single Aerial Ace to take it down. And down Abomasnow will go for the 7th gym badge. Still going strong is the Galactic Hideout time and the first Cyrus fight. Our speed just keeps getting better and better. With Absol being faster than Murkrow, we actually get a sword stance off before it can taunt us. Now for the onslaught. The rest of his team are going to be going down in one attack each. Since Absol is also faster than each of them, we're going to take 0 damage the entire time as well. Sounds like a good thing to me. Well, will Saturn put up a bit more of a fight here? Sadly, the answer is no. Kadabra happens to be slower, and a Night Slash is going to take it down in one attack. Toxicroak is almost a one-shot with Night Slash, but the one attack we let it have, it just uses Toxic. Too bad that's going to do nothing to Absol. Even if Absol didn't expel the poison, the next Pokemon is going to be a one-shot to Night Slash as well for the win. What can I say? Absol is just overpowered. With that out of the way, what will Spear Pillar bring us? Honestly, the double fight with Mars and Jupiter was a complete pushover. This was the first time I've actually taken down a commander's team before the other Bronzor has been knocked out. Each Pokemon is a one-hit pain train that couldn't stop Absol. Here I thought this was going to be a lot harder, but I was completely wrong. Seriously, the only damage Absol took this entire fight was from Aftermath due to knocking out Skuntank. Guess I need to quit worrying about this so much. But with those two out of the way, the big bad boss of Team Galactic is back for the final time. I was a little more nervous here due to how powerful his Pokemon can actually be. We start off with a Swords Dance, and then get popped by an Air Cutter for some damage. By the way, it was a critical to us. And Aerial Ace takes the Honchkrow out, and next up is Crobat. And Aerial Ace takes the Honchkrow out, and next up is Crobat. Absol is faster and one-shots it with Night Slash. Gary is next, and does have Intimidate sadly, but will get knocked out to a Night Slash. Guess it wasn't intimidating enough. His final Pokemon is Weavile, which did not go down in one hit, and proceeded to Dig. For some reason, I thought Aerial Ace would hit through Dig. I was wrong. After getting smacked by Dig, a final Aerial Ace will take it down for the win. Legendary issue aside, and it's high time for the final gym leader, Volkner. Dare I say it? Raichu actually missed the Volt Switch, and was taken out with our Night Slash. I'm starting to see why Absol is such a good Pokemon. Next up is Ambipom to fake us out and flinch us. I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I used Swords Dance to make sure everything falls in one hit, but by doing that, Absol on the next turn gets smacked with double hit, taking him down all the way to 25 HP remaining. And there are still 2 other Pokemon remaining. Of course, Ambipom gets knocked out the same turn, and onto his third Pokemon, Octillery. Absol is faster, and we knock it out with our Night Slash. Now for the trump card, Luxray. Unsure if I was faster, we've popped off a Night Slash before Luxray can actually hit Absol for the win. This was an extremely close fight, but we won. Crazy enough, still undefeated as well. Sadly, however, the streak ends on the final rival fight. Marcus's Staraptor is a beast in this game, and with a single close combat, knocks Absol from full HP to 41 remaining. With it also having a focus sash, I can't just knock it out next turn. And Absol actually faints for the first time this challenge. I just retried the fight without any extra levels and did the strategy a little differently. Night Slash will knock off the focus sash, and this time it uses luck? Why? Just knock it out the next turn, I guess. Next up is Infernape, and this is very interesting. I forgot, it also has close combat, and will one-shot you from full HP. Crazy enough, it misses, and our Aerial Ace connects to bring it to about half HP. Here we go again, and it misses the close combat again! Seriously, close combat is 100 accuracy, but our friendship is making it miss. Thanks to that lucky break, we take it completely down. Next up is Snorlax. Now I can finally use a Swords Dance, but then we get yawned. Absol knocks out the Snorlax, but falls asleep as the Heracross comes out. This was the only time I've ever thought it actually had a fighting type move. Crazy enough, it actually doesn't. It's actually one of his weakest Pokemon. I mean, Rock Slide can be deadly, but only if you're super effective against it. I mean, I guess it actually has to hit with it first. Next turn, Absol finally wakes up and Aerial Aces Heracross for the knockout. Roserade is next up and gets knocked out in one hit as well, but not before its ability poisons Absol. Yay for races against time, or it could just expel the poison. Finally is Floatzel. Its Ice Fang barely did any damage, and a Night Slash finishes off the final rival fight for good this time. With all of the badges and the final rival fight finished, it's time to take on the Pokemon League. Bug is one of Absol's weaknesses, and the first Elite Four member, Aaron, is just chock full of them. Even so, it will not pose to be much of an issue here. Before coming into the league, however, we get a few more levels just in case of screwy things happening. First turn is Absol Swords Dancing and Dustox using Toxic. Toxic Poison will drain more and more of our HP with each passing turn, so we have to hurry on each of his team members. Starting off with an Aerial Ace on his Dustox to bring it down. Beautifly doesn't even get a chance to act and Aerial Ace knocks it out. At this point, the poison is expelled from Absol's body. Good. I hate Toxic Poison. Next up is Vespiquen. I went for a Night Slash just in case, since I know it's got really good defenses. It's a one-shot due to a critical. Heracross is again here, and will get knocked out to a 4-time super effective Aerial Ace. Drapion is his final Pokemon, and that X-Scissor did a massive chunk of damage to Absol. It's okay since we get the knockout on Drapion with an Iron Tail. This could have gone a lot worse, but glad it went this way. Now for Bertha, the ground member. The start is practically the same as it was with Aaron. Absol does the Swords Dance, and Quagsire uses Toxic on us. Joy and happiness abounds once again. Quagsire falls to our Night Slash, and next up is Sudowoodo. I swear sometimes I can't remember if it has fighting typing in it, or if it's just pure rock? Ground? I actually don't know its typing crazy enough. Oh well, a Night Slash takes it down in one hit. Whiscash is next, and falls to a single Night Slash. Toxic Poison is still on Absol as Golem takes the field. Not good, since we can't one-shot it due to its sturdy ability. An Earthquake brings Absol to 1 HP, and the poison gets expelled. Another super lucky break for Absol. And the poison spamming from Bertha begins. Psych! For once, she did not actually heal the Golem, and just let it get knocked out. I'm fine with that. Finally is Hippowdon. This is the make or break Pokemon. It has to be knocked out in one hit or we lose. Night Slash crits and does take out the Hippo in one attack, saving Absol from the Sandstorm damage and winning us the fight against the second member. Flint became a wall and a half for Absol. Between Rapidash's status effects of sleep or burn and getting damaged with Iron Tail, it was a reset city most attempts. I still have a few rare candies, so I went ahead and popped 3 onto Absol before we got started on this attempt. No swords dances, just going straight for the knockouts here. Rapidash will go down in a Night Slash, critical or non, but the question is, does the ability activate the burn? This time, no it doesn't. Next up is Lopunny. If it was not knocked out in one attack, a high jump kick would take Absol to low HP. Steelix is up next and almost got it down in one Night Slash, but it hangs on with a little bit of HP remaining. Crazy enough, it misses an Iron Tail. Next turn, Flint uses a full restore, but Steelix will get knocked out this time in one Night Slash. Damage rolls, gotta love them. Driplim is next and doesn't stand a chance with Absol using Night Slash. No aftermath this time as his final Pokemon Infernape comes out. Close combat would end Absol in one attack, but a miss lets Absol take Infernape down to 1 HP due to Focus Sash activating. Flint being Flint uses a full restore and our next Aerial Ace knocks it down completely to finally progress to the easiest fight I've ever had in Pokemon Challenge history. Seriously, Mr. Mime let Absol set up a Swords Dance, and since we are faster, it's a one-shot Pain Train to every single one of his Pokemon. Thank you, Lucian. I really actually needed that. I decided to dump the remaining rare crystals I have onto Absol and pop him up to level 83. His stats are actually really insane for this level. Our defenses are low, but our attack is gigantic. It's Cynthia time. Let's do this. The first attempt was going really well. Spiritomb is walled by Absol since most of its moves are not very effective or immune. We could set up a triple threat, but on the first attempt, I went with just one Sword Stance just in case. Of course, Spiritomb can't handle that and gets knocked out in one Night Slash. Same thing for Roserade, except it doesn't even get a hit in and falls to an Aerial Ace. Her next Pokemon this time is Lucario. Aerial Ace doesn't quite take down the Lucario, and in retaliation uses Aura Sphere to one-shot Absol. On the second attempt, I actually go for 2 Sword Stances before knocking out the Spiritomb with a Night Slash. This time, Absol is hit with a couple of attacks and nearing half health. Still though, I think we will be okay. Roserade again is slower and falls to an Aerial Ace. Don't have to worry about the ability since it's natural cure for Cynthia's team. Now is Lucario again, and this time it's a one-shot. I think we're on smooth sailing from here. Gastrodon and Milotic are both one-shots to our Night Slash criticals. Good, since I really did not want to have to deal with Milotic and its moveset. Finally, it's time for the big main event, Garchomp. That ability can really screw us out of a win if we are hit. But Garchomp did the dumb on this and used Swords Dance. I guess she thought it wasn't strong enough to take us out in one attack? Strange, I know. A single Night Slash takes down the dragon. Even though the ability activates, we have plenty of HP, so the win is ours. I really don't know why Garchomp chose that instead of going for an attack. We make it into the Hall of Fame with our fastest time yet of 9 hours and 7 minutes. It feels good to actually finish a challenge fast this time. I'm gonna close on a few things this time. I got sick with the COVID virus for a couple of weeks, and barely managed to get the Arceus video out when I did. Just this week, I basically have my voice back, but still a cough. You won't hear it in the recording since I'm gonna edit out every single time it happens. This challenge was actually supposed to be out on the last Saturday of October, and I had to keep pushing it back further and further just due to the sickness. I'm getting better, but I know it's a long road of recovery on this. As long as I can keep my coughing under control and my throat from not acting up, there should be more challenges in the future. In fact, I'm planning one for next week to have up on the channel. I haven't quite decided if it's going to be the Fossil Pokemon only run in Pokemon Black 2, or a special one that I'm working on right now. Scarlet and Violet will be a ways away before I can make a challenge run of them, since I'm not sure of anything on them just yet. I think that's actually about all from me though. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.